This is a folktale from Brazil.
Son, it's time for you to go out and make your own way in the world.
What am I going to do?
Go fish! Get a wife!
And by the time the moon had gone around to a new cycle, he had a wife and he had begun to work on his canoe. He worked on it for days. He made it smooth and sleek and beautiful. And the day came that it was all done. He went to bed that night, and as he slept next to his wife, who he loved dearly, he said, "Tomorrow I will take the canoe out and try it for the first time." His wife said, "That is good. We will have lots of fish." He goes, "Yes, I will catch lots of fish." In the morning, he went out to the clearing where he had left his canoe, and it was gone. The canoe wasn't there. He was quite a ways from the river and no close neighbors, but it was gone. The canoe, this is my way to make my own way in the world, and it is gone. What am I going to do? And suddenly he heard this noise through the trees. He heard this squomp, 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 squomp. Through the trees comes the canoe. I think it is my canoe. It didn't look exactly like his canoe because this canoe now had 4 stumpy legs. This canoe had 2 eyes at the front of it. They were green around with black in the middle. This canoe had a big, wild-looking smile on the front of it. He went up to that canoe when it stopped, and he looked inside, and it was his canoe. He knew this because he had carved a gourd right inside the back of the canoe. He carved the gourd because the gourd gave them food. The gourd was a way to carry water. Food and water was represented in that gourd, and that canoe would go down to the water and bring them back food. Looked at that canoe. He wasn't sure if he should get in it or not, but decided to do so. He stepped inside. It didn't move. It was safe. He walked. "Take me to the river." And that's exactly what the canoe did. Squump, 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 through the trees. Squump, 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 splash! Right into the river. The river was wide and deep and sailed right into the middle and then stopped. The ripples ceased and everything was quiet. Catch fish! It worked! Boom, boom, boom. The fish just came out of the water and then they just landed there in his canoe. And suddenly it just stopped. Whoa, this is truly my lucky day. Just catches fish for me. He was just having this thought when suddenly the canoe started bending up on itself. And he could see those 2 eyes just looking back at him. And now he could see that mouth, and that mouth was starting to open up as it bent right at him. It kept bending and bending until it was practically on top of itself. The mouth opened up and it ate every single one of those fish. They were gone. Let's try it again. Catch fish. Nice new pile of fish. Take me home. And the canoe turned around, went to the water, up on the shore. Squump, 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 squump. Right back to the clearing. He was home. He got out of the canoe and called his wife. She came over. He goes, look, all this fish I caught. It wasn't me, it was the canoe. Look, it's a magical canoe. He goes, that is good. That is very good. He hauled the fish out and they cleaned a bunch. They dried some. He says, tomorrow, you come with me. We'll catch even more. The next day, they got into the canoe. Take us to the river. Squump, 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 squump. Out to the center of the river. Catch fish. Boom, boom, scoop, boom. Soon the canoe filled with fish. As soon as it stopped, he said, "Catch more fish!" Scoop, scoop. More and more fish came in until the boat started getting lower and lower in the water. It was starting to sink. He said, "Stop, stop, no more fish." And as soon as he said that, the canoe started turning up on itself. Farther and farther. He goes, oh, I forgot. Yesterday it ate the first batch of fish, but I'm sure it'll just eat a few. Hurry, as it turns, we'll scoop it into its mouth. And as that mouth came closer and closer to him, it opened up wider and wider. They started scooping the fish in, but the mouth opened up wider and wider until it ate everything that was in that canoe. They were gone. Now, the people in Brazil say this story is true. And I don't know if it's true, but greed is planted as a seed and it can grow and grow and get out of control. So remember, do a good deed before you think of greed.